I'm Ruth. I study at College London and I've just finished my third year of a 4-year MSci degree in physics.
So when did you start being interested in physics?
I really started to like physics during my A-levels. Before that, I was pretty sure I was going to do an English degree because I really like to write. And then after 1 year of A-level physics, I realised that physics was really fun and exciting, and to me that I had to do physics further and that I couldn't stop, and that I wouldn't be satisfied if I stopped it there.
What do you love so much about physics?
What I think is really cool about physics is that it basically tells you the answer to everything, and all the questions that you've ever thought about when you look at the stars or when you think about what the meaning of everything is and why we're here, ultimately kind of comes down to physics. And I get really excited about theory, and I want to find out about the universe, and I've always wanted to know the answers to the universe, and I've always thought the stars and thinking, wow, I'm never going to understand that. And now what really gets me excited is that I'm on my way to understanding that, and I think that's really great.
Can you describe what you're doing at CERN?
At CERN, I'm working with the Beam Radiation Monitoring Group with the CMS detector. Beam Radiation Monitoring Group just means that it's monitoring the radiation of the beam, and that's because CERN has 4 big detectors, so CMS is the one I'm involved with, and because the particles that they send around the LHC are going so fast, they have lots of energy, and so some of the radiation can be harmful to the detector, can make it break it, and so it wouldn't be useful for detecting particles that we're looking for or whatever. So the radiation monitoring group just makes sure that the levels of radiation aren't so high that they damage the detector.
Great stuff. Can you tell us what people are hoping to achieve with the compact muon solenoid detector?
CMS, compact muon solenoid, it's one of the 2 multi-purpose detectors here at CERN. One of its aims, amongst other ones, is the detection of the Higgs particle, which is expected by theory but hasn't been seen yet, and whether or not we find it or don't find it is important because it will tell us about theory and the standard model of particle physics, which just means what we know about particles and matter, and whatever happens, whether it's there or not, it's going to be exciting and it's going to tell us more, and we're going to have to change our theories, or maybe it'll tell us they're right. But even if it tells us they're right, we're still nowhere near where knowing very much. So whatever happens, it's going to be exciting.
What are you enjoying most about your time here?
Oh, what I really like about being here is that there are so many international people. It really is the coolest international lab. There probably aren't very many of them, definitely not this size, and I like being around international people, and just what makes me really excited about CERN is that it's so massive and the collaboration is huge, and it really makes me feel like a citizen of the Earth when I see so many nations coming together to try and answer really fundamental questions. I like that a lot.
You have just completed your 3rd year. Have you been in any similar physics programmes?
After my first year, I found independently an internship in California at the SETI Institute. SETI is Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Features in the film Contact, where they get a message from intelligent life. But what SETI does, well, it does search for extraterrestrial intelligent life, but at the same time, there are lots of scientists there, and their research isn't just stupid looking for aliens. It's quite serious, and they have an institute, and they take 10 students a year. Because I wasn't an American citizen, I had to find my own funding for it, which I did, just by writing away to places and explaining. And I was really lucky, I managed to find some funding, and so I went there and I worked with their radio telescope array, which is like 5 hours north of San Francisco in the desert. And it looks a bit like, it's not the same one in the film, that's the VLA, but it looks pretty similar. and it's 42 antennas. It's going to be 350 antennas, but it's 42. And so I was working with that, and I got to go to the array and like control the telescopes from a computer, and that was really fun, because I watched the film when I was younger and dreamed about it, and then I was there controlling the dishes, and that was good.
So physics has taken you to California and Switzerland. Have you been to anywhere else?
With physics, where have I been with physics? Oh, well, I studied in Germany for a semester. That was the first semester of my third year. That was with the Erasmus program. So I went to physics lectures at a German university for a semester.
Can you explain what the Erasmus program is?
The Erasmus program is an initiative to get European students to spend time abroad in another European country, to get them familiar with the language and the culture and things like that. So I did that.
So obviously you're going to finish your degree this year. What do you want to do next?
My big plan is to find a PhD in California, somewhere in, well, Silicon Valley, so Stanford or UC Berkeley, and I want to do theory. So I think particle physics is really great, but probably cosmology is something that I really want to do, and I think cosmology and particle physics kind of point to the answer to everything, and so maybe astroparticle physics. I've been listening to some lectures here and getting excited about neutrinos, so maybe something to do with neutrinos.
If some of my students are looking at you and thinking they want to follow a similar path, do you have any advice for them?
When I first started university, for some reason I had it in my head that everyone was going to be better than me and it was going to be really hard, and it's not easy, but it's definitely, like, you can do it. You get there and everyone's the same, and you're not less good than anyone else, and if you want it, you can do it. You just have to look for things, and definitely with internships, I think they're really important. And at my university, I don't really know anyone that applied for internships, and everyone's like, whoa, you're going to CERN, but no one else applied. And I think applying and actively seeking opportunities like this, or like just doing something with your summer instead of not doing anything, is really important.
Did anyone particularly influence you into studying physics?
During my A-level physics, my A-level physics teacher was really great, and what I liked about him was that I could always ask him questions, and he had time to answer them. And I think definitely with physics or science, it's really important to be able to ask questions and have someone there to answer them, because if you don't understand one thing, there's no way you can carry on next thing, because a lot of it builds upon what you already know. And definitely things that used to be really hard suddenly become really easy, and I look at things I did at A-level that I found really difficult, and now it's just like waking up and brushing my teeth in the morning. It's so easy, but at the time it was really hard. So I think that's good. When I find things hard now, I just look to the future, to a point where they'll be as easy as brushing my teeth again.